Eugene and Hitler hug it out, Cassidy smokes crack, and the end of the road leads to Angelville.
Everything has a price. You understand?
Wow, what a season finale for Preacher Season 2. Guys, I'm Ryan. You can find me on Twitter at RyanEricP. And yes, Season 2 is over and it left us with a ton of cliffhangers. But before I break down the episode, do me a huge favor and hit subscribe. You can find breakdowns on Rick and Morty, Twin Peaks, and American Horror Story right now on GameSpot Universe. First off, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to you guys for all the support this season. And last week I asked for some predictions for the season finale, and these two people got pretty damn close. First up, Amadou, I hope I got that right. He predicted that Tulip would attack Featherstone, that Cassidy would have to put down his son, that Hitler and Eugene would escape hell, that Hitler would betray Eugene, all of which were correct. He also thought that Jesse would get abducted by Team Angelville. That exactly didn't happen. And he also was wrong about the Saint talking to Satan demanding new guns. But hey, pretty damn good prediction. And second, Matthias Barant, sorry for butchering your name. You had some awesome predictions that the exit of hell would be through a river, that Tulip would find the camera and try to kill her BFF, that Cassidy would confess his love to Tulip, not exactly, but close, that Dennis would kill the dog, that didn't happen, but Cassidy did have to put down his son, and that Jesse will have some regret. Maybe this is his biggest test, that maybe this is God giving him a choice. I definitely feel that Jesse is living with a lot of regret after what happened in this season. We'll have to wait and see what happens next. Those were just a couple predictions, but thanks to everyone that jumped into the comments section with me. Now let's jump into the episode 13, titled The End of the Road. Beware, there are spoilers ahead.
Welcome to Angelville, where the magic of the South comes to life.
Preacher has mastered the art of the cold open, and episode 13 was the perfect example. We got another flashback to Angelville when Jesse was a teenager. The swampy destination attracted people from all over in search of magic, voodoo, and alligator tours. It also attracted undercover cops looking to dig up some dirt on the Liangels. But the most significant part is the introduction of Jody and TC. Now, these two are big-time comic book characters. In the books, Jody and TC are the chief enforcers of Marie Liangel's Angelville, and they also make Jesse's life a living hell. This also confirms that in the TV show, Jody is responsible for killing Jesse's father. Check out the tattoo on his arm. That's the same from these flashbacks. You may have also noticed that Jesse has the same tattoo on his back. It's basically the Angelville logo. So Jody punishes Jesse for trying to skim some money from him, and then Jesse kills a chicken? He was clearly pissed off, and he freaks out and brings the chicken to his grandmother, Madame Liangel, to help in resurrecting the animal. And as we already know, this comes at a cost. Back in the present day, Herr Starr plans a marketing stunt to broadcast Jesse's powers as the Messiah. That includes saving a Catholic school classroom of students from Armenian terrorists with blanks in their guns. And yes, the voice of God still doesn't work, but Jesse doesn't need it. Following the stunt, even Jimmy Kimmel wants Jesse on his show, but he's not too happy about it.
I didn't sign up for this shit.
Spoken like a true Messiah.
Over at Dennis's house, Cassidy is stressing out about his out-of-control son. He snoops around on Dennis's computer and plays a clip titled Les Enfants du Sang. Excuse my French, but that translates to the children of blood.
Playing by day, feeding by night. We are the children of blood. Join us and let your darkest desires drink deep.
That's, of course, a comic book reference to Icarius and his group of followers that were basically wannabe vampires. They worshipped Icarius, hung out together in a basement, wrote a bunch of bad poetry, cut themselves, and drank each other's blood. For Cassidy, it serves two purposes. It's a reminder of his true nature, the bloodlust that is a part of him even if he tries to repress it, and also that he should have never turned his son into a vampire. So he decides to smoke crack.
Seriously?
Look, how I spend my downtime is my business, all right? If you don't like it, you can clear off. In fact, you probably should if you knew what was good for you.
Yep, that actually happened. Then he has an insane daydream about Tulip, which turns awfully bloody pretty quick. Cassidy is not only struggling to hold back his lust for blood, but also his lust for Tulip. And as we learn, it might be too strong to resist.
Can you be a good lad, Papa?
No. I don't think I can.
No surprise here, his short-term solution is to put down his son, who is beyond any control. Sure, Cassidy won't ever forgive himself, but he had to do this. It shows just how much he cares about Jesse and Tulip and that he won't let a destructive force tear them apart. If Dennis was still alive, they would not be safe. Now what about Hell? Well, Hitler and Eugene make their escape from Hell through a hatch in the middle of the jungle, and they get stuck in an episode of Lost.
Good luck, Jack.
Finally, they reach the frontier. In order to get out of Hell, you need to cross safely to the other side of the river. So who's that death-looking guy? That's Sharon, or Sharon, or Karen? Not really sure how you pronounce it. Anyways, he's a mythical ferryman who delivers souls across the Styx and Acheron rivers.
Looks like they were pretty rough on you down there.
This is pretty interesting.
Oh, shit.
In Greek mythology, he demands a silver coin as a fee for his service, and if you don't pay, well then you're doomed to wander the afterlife for 100 years. You can even find a depiction of him in Michelangelo's fresco The Last Judgment in the Sistine Chapel. Sorry for the tangent. So the two of them are interrupted by Ms. Mannering, who informs them that the rules have changed since God is gone. She kills Sharon, still don't know how to pronounce it, and is about to capture Eugene until Hitler saves the day. That's right, only Preacher can turn Hitler into a hero. They hug it out, and they get the hell out of hell together.
You have saved me. Don't you see? I finally did something good.
But right after the distant Vistas bus drops them off in the real world, the windbreaker-wearing Hitler makes a run for it. He gets hit by a car and then knocks over a man on crutches, and he's gone. Good job, Eugene. You freed Hitler. Meanwhile, Tulip finally finds out about the hidden cameras and that Grail Industries has been watching them this whole time. So she once again approaches Jenny, aka Featherstone, for being the fraud that she is. And the funniest line of the episode goes to Hoover.
You're out of moisturizer.
Bitch.
Unfortunately for Tulip, Featherstone is armed with a gun and fires at her before she can throw that screwdriver. Jesse gets a call from Cassidy and immediately ditches Star. But before he leaves, Star reminds Jesse that he has that 1% of his soul that the Saint of Killers once had. Perhaps that's the reason why the power of Genesis no longer works. Back at Dennis's house, Jesse finds Tulip dying from the gunshot wound. The Grill made sure there's no ambulance in sight, and Jesse's powers are useless, so Cassidy wants to bite her. Jesse's not having it. They both fight, and Jesse would rather let Tulip die than have her turn into a vampire. As hard as it was, Jesse lets the love of his life die on the floor just a few feet away from him. So where do you bring someone you love who's passed away? Angelville. Even if you absolutely hate the place. Remember, it worked for the chicken. The final scene of the season opens with a shot of that dog costume, a hotel room full of empty beers, and a walk to the peak playing in the background. Remember guys, that's the same song from episode 3 when Jesse was searching for God in the New Orleans jazz clubs.
Trying to understand what it's about.
Can't you feel it? That's right. Yeah, now you're digging it, Daddy-O. It's the end of the world.
So basically, God is on a bender, and as the bathroom doors open, God's light fills up the entire hotel room. Some final thoughts on the season? First, Tulip might be dead right now, but we all know that Jesse's grandmother is going to resurrect her, and it will come at a very steep price. Cassidy hates Jesse, and that's not going to change anytime soon. At least, not until Tulip is resurrected. By the way, it's only a matter of time until Jesse finds out what happened between Cassidy and Tulip. When he does, he's going to be pissed off. Speaking of Jesse, how will he get his soul back from Herr Starr? His powers will be useless in Angelville, which lines up with the comics. How excited will Jody and TC be to see Jesse back in Angelville? My guess is the reunion will be pretty damn violent. What about God? Is anyone else getting some serious Jesus to Sade vibes from him? The Dalmatian costume is an obvious similarity, so it's possible that God will be a mixture of both characters from the books. Or maybe God and a bunch of other furries have been hanging out in the same social circles as Sade. I have a strong feeling that God will quickly play a role in Angelville as he did in the comics. It's about damn time that Team Preacher met him. One question for you guys, which actor would you like to see play God? Finally, don't forget about the Saint of Killers. We last saw him in hell, and he will definitely be back, as soon as he gets his weapons back. Even Satan should watch out. Season 2 of Preacher is over, guys, but don't be sad. There are a ton of videos that you should check out on this channel, including Rick and Morty, Twin Peaks, American Horror Story. All you have to do is hit subscribe right over here. Just click that. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon.